Hey guys, Abner Miranda here. Recently I made these barriers and you guys have actually seen them before in like 4 or 5 different iterations, and I know that some of you are thinking 4 or 5, yeah, trust me. I was tweaking them ever so slightly. And so what you do is you take one sheet of plywood, you lop off 2 feet automatically, it leaves you with a 6-footer. And then what you do is you have the measurements that are in the descriptions and you draw them out and you just jigsaw the thing and then round all your edges with a sander to make sure that there are no splinters anywhere. The change that I made to mine that is dramatically different than anybody else's is that I use a hammer and some rebar, and I just hammer the rebar into the ground, and then I use electrical conduit keepers to keep the rebar positioned in 1, 2, 3. And it renders a wall that is stout enough that you can push against it, you can load it with a rifle, you have a lot of stability. But the initial design actually employed reinforcing all the way around this thing. I had taken and had used reinforcing 2x4, and I'd made a frame across the bottom up to, I guess, about here. And then you can kind of see that another piece came this way. And it really made the 3/4 inch plywood really stout and stiff, but it added a significant amount of weight to it. And the things that I do, when I do something and present it to you guys, I'm not thinking about just me. I'm thinking about your wife, your girlfriend, your sister. I'm thinking about the people that are less, that have less upper body strength than we do. And so I needed to make something that was light enough for anybody to move and anybody to pack into a vehicle. Not to mention, without legs and structure on it, 2 of these can actually slide, kind of nest into one another and slide into your vehicle. I also put blocks here and here for driving a rifle into for doing malfunction drills. But anyways, what I wanted to end up with was something that is light enough to lift with one finger, and this certainly is. So you end up with a piece of plywood that is really, really light. And the way I carry them is actually like this. And I just carry 2, and they're just really easy to move. And then the electrical conduit keeper is screwed in at the bottom. You guys can see where I just jacked it up, pulling all that 2x4 off, but it's not that bad. Electrical conduit keeper keeps the rebar in place. All you do is drive them into the ground. I paint them yellow, so in case I ever forget them, I don't find them with the lawnmower. What you do is you, the funny thing is I eyeballed this, and you can actually see how straight it ended up. But you slide the rebar in place. I was thinking about this the other day and realized that I can do this even without the electrical conduit keepers. All I really have to do is do rebar, rebar, and this guy can be on the other side, creating tension. So essentially, that wall section slots in between the pieces of rebar, and there's nothing to deal with. And the blocks of wood that I've screwed to the back for for injured shooter stuff, if that's not your focus on training, don't even bother adding those. And then you have 2 smooth sheets of plywood that nest against one another and slide into your vehicle. And remember that the width of this can fit inside of most sedans comfortably, and if you lay the seats down, you can slide this into the interior of the vehicle. So if you're new to the shooting sports and you want a really simple set of barriers to train with, the beauty of this is you end up automatically with 2. The holes, guys, there's no rhyme or reason to this. This is nothing but a saucepan lid that I just went in the kitchen, grabbed one, put it there, Sharpie marker. This was nothing but a scrap of 2x4 that I had sitting in a bucket by my workstation. That right there, get ready for this, that's a lasagna pan. Went in the kitchen, grabbed something that made a decent sized rectangle, put it on the sheet, traced it with Sharpie marker, and then jigsawed it, and then took, both of these are 2x4, and then took this, laid it on the other one, traced it again, jigsawed that out. Guys, done. I am into simple, I'm into functional, and more than anything else, I'm into things that are light and easy to pack. Because life is far too complicated as it is, and I don't need any complicated systems in my life. This fills my need. This allows me to work on all the angles that are needed. You can stair step it, you can work through the cutouts, I don't particularly do the ground fighting stuff anymore because I've come to the realization that mobility is your friend. Standing still in a gunfight is the best way to get hit. I didn't say killed, I just mean hit. Mobility is your friend, which is why I began the drill over there and then transferred to over here, shot, and then got ready to move from this area. Mobility is your friend, so practice from a standing position, which is why the stair steps are actually your better choice. So there you go, guys. Easy to make, easy to use. Once again, the measurements are in the description section of this video. If you have any questions or comments, shoot them to me. And as always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.